Hey, it's me, the JFC Network, coming back with another video. And today is an interesting day and a fun day. It should be a fun video for you guys. My top 12 first overall picks in the NFL draft after this draft picked by by the Browns. The draft defensive end Myles Garrett. I decided let's go through the list because it's a very interesting list, to be honest. So let's get into it. The first guy on the list, we're going to go through 12 to 1. We're going to go through 1 to 12. And so this is how we're going to do it. There's a player on this list that I decided I'm going to pull out because I'm sorry, but your name is O.J. Simpson, and you are a murderer, and I do not believe you should be on my top 12 list. So please don't come to my house and murder me. Okay. Our number one ever first overall pick in the NFL draft is, this is sort of an easy one, Peyton Manning. His stats are insane when it comes down to it. Whether you like him or not, Peyton Manning, he was a Pro Bowler for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, pretty much his whole career. From 99 to 2014, he was in it every year, if not the year, except for 1 year whenever he was hurt. So that's why he's number one, and he has the record in passing yards, 4-time Super Bowl, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time league MVP, and has 535 upper 500s touchdown passing and lower in the mid 300s interceptions ever. So that's why he's my number one overall. Number 2 overall ever. Quarterback, Denver Broncos, John Elway. Wow, he's good. John Elway, he's sort of unthought of because the lack of Super Bowl championships. He's got, I think, 2. His stats are 300 touchdown passes, 226 interceptions, 51,475 yards, and a 79.9 passing rating. FYI, all of the content, all of these stats I'm delivering out to y'all are in the description below. So check that out. So now that you're there, he's my number 2. He's got I think 2 Super Bowl rings, which is great when it comes down to it. Just like Peyton Manning. You're probably wondering now, now that we're going through this list, and we're down to number 3, why Terry Bradshaw, Troy Aikman, and others haven't been named yet. They were first overall picks. Well, to be honest, what's more important, yards or Super Bowl rings? The yards, the Super Bowl rings, touchdowns, and stuff like that are fine to me. I don't see anything wrong with there being 4 Super Bowl rings. But here's the bottom line. Terry Bradshaw, our number 3 overall, is Eli Manning. And Eli Manning is 2-time Super Bowl champion, against the GOAT in some opinions, not in mine. He is the only guy in Super Bowl history to ever beat Tom Brady. And in my opinion, that sort of outdoes someone else. He has 48,000 passing yards and he's still got what? 4 more years maybe? He's 14. It's insane the way he's putting it on here in his upper years. This season he had an 86 passing rating, 86 quarterback rating, but that doesn't really matter. But he has a total of 215 interceptions and 320 touchdowns. Better rating than our next guy on the list. So, FYI, these are split into 4 columns: 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12. That's the way they're split into. So that's the number 3. Let's go over this list again. Number 1 overall, Peyton Manning. Number 2 overall, John Elway. Number 3 overall, his younger brother, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. His probably going to break his record for passing yards. Or not his record. Yeah, how many passing yards? Pass him up on passing yards in the next couple of years, about this year. We'll make a video on that if that happens. The number 4 overall, in our first overall picks is Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw is thrown for 212 touchdown passes, 210 interceptions. Wow, lots of interceptions. Has 4 Super Bowl rings, 27,000, almost 28,000 passing yards, a 70 quarterback rating for his career. Played for the Steelers all of his career. But let's throw this out here. Why Eli Manning is better than Terry Bradshaw, whether he has more Super Bowls or whatever. We aren't talking Super Bowls, but Super Bowls, of course, Terry Bradshaw wins in. But he played for the same amount of years. Terry Bradshaw played for 14 years, just as many years as Eli Manning has played so far in his career, who I think he'll go for 4 or 5 years, 4 or 5 more years. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that he has 27,000 yards, Terry Bradshaw, and Eli Manning has 48,000 yards in 14 years. Don't get me wrong. There's the last 2 years of his career, he only played 10 games of a 16-game season, and what is a 16-game season? So he missed how many is that? 22 games in the last 2 years. So you could argue, and they really played 12 and a half years, but I'm not going to argue that because it says 12 years of experience. And that's the reason why I have him there at number 4. So that's top 4. Number 5 on our list is Troy Aikman. And whenever I came over Troy Aikman, I never, of course, didn't watch any of his games live because I was not born yet. How do I say this? He's great, but the league was different then. It really was, because he has more yards than Terry Bradshaw by 4,000 almost. And he only has 165 touchdowns and 144 interceptions and 81 quarterback rating. So you could argue he's above it. I don't, like I said, because of course he's number 5. Played for the Dallas Cowboys all of his career. But yes, this guy played for 12 years. This is what I don't get about these guys that were played in the 80s, and of course he played until 2000. But why? He played for only 12 years. Okay. But he's not. I don't know why they didn't play that. Why they only played for 12 years. He's 50 years old. He retired in 2000. That was 17 years ago. That would have made him 37. He retired whenever he was 33, actually. Sorry about that. So, I don't really know why they retired. doesn't really seem like he had injuries. Maybe he just figured he had what? I believe he has 4 Super Bowls. I could be wrong. But I guess he just felt like he didn't need to play any longer, he didn't improve anymore. But I believe these guys could have been legendary, which they are legendary, but crazy legendary. If they would have played longer. He was inducted in the Hall of Fame 2006, so that's great for him. And our number 6 guy on the list, halfway through the video, Paul Hornung. Sorry if I cannot pronounce your name. Yes. This guy, you probably never even heard of him. But that doesn't matter because his stats speak for themselves. Paul Hornung's stats. He, when it comes down to it, was a legend, and if he isn't a legend to you, I don't know what it is. Oh wait. Okay. Actually, now that I think about it, he's not number 1. I mean, he's not number 6. Okay, this is really weird. Sorry about that. He is not number 6. He is, at my overall, this guy is number 12 on the list, in my opinion. So let's not get to it. But let's get into the next guy. At number 6, for real, sorry about the mistake, BLEDSOE. Wow. This guy is, he sort of got, what do you call it? He was sort of abused by the system, that is the NFL, but the bottom line is he came in the league, he was an okay quarterback, but he realistically didn't have what it takes to be better than Tom Brady, which really hits him in the mouth. But this guy has 251 touchdowns, 206 interceptions, 44,000 yards, and 77 quarterback rating. And you think, why didn't he play? Why isn't he higher on this list? He has no Super Bowls. That's the bottom line for him. So that's the reasons why he had no Super Bowls. He played 14 years as a pro. Was taken out of the league by Tony Romo, with the rise of Tony Romo, and that's about it. For him, he gets the number 6 position. Number 7 is Mike Vick. Mike Vick. This guy, Mike Vick, is probably my favorite, or not favorite. How do you say this? He has a way of pulling off things like he had the dog fighting incident, which really dampened on his career. But he came back after 2 years, sort of a suspension like Ray Rice. But he ain't coming back. But he did. Mike Vick came back, played 4 more years after that. Anyway, I think 4 more years after that. And put up okay numbers for being the league's best backup quarterback ever that started. With 133 touchdowns, 88 interceptions, 22,000 passing yards, and an 80 passing rating. 80 quarterback rating, 80.4 quarterback rating for his career. He has no Super Bowls. He's pretty much struggles in the playoffs in general, so that's why he has no rings. he was the guy for the Falcons for years, and then I believe they replaced him with Matt Ryan. Of course, he's done now, but yeah, so that's my number 7 overall. Number 8 overall. Number 8, Cam Newton. Was drafted by the Panthers in 2011. Had 21,000 passing yards, 136 touchdowns, 91 interceptions. Already over Cam Newton, but I mean, right there with Mike Vick. It will pass him probably this year, but for now he's not there yet. So that's number 8. Number 9 is Jim Frank. Just check it out in the morning. Jim Frankfurt. Jim. Sorry, I cannot pronounce your name, but you're okay anyway. Played for 16 years. 164 interceptions, 98 touchdowns. 164 interceptions, 198 Sorry, I cannot pronounce this. 164 touchdowns and 198 interceptions, 25,000 passing yards, and a 67.5 quarterback rating. Okay, so that's about all I know about him. Has no Super Bowl rings. Played for the Rams, Oakland Raiders, and who else? Anyway, so that's all I have on him. He's sort of old, so it's hard to get good film and stuff like that on him. Andrew Luck is my number 10 ever. Because to be honest, Andrew Luck is pretty much just solid. He's always been that guy that will get you there when you need him. On his career, it's 19,000 passing yards, 132 interceptions, 132 touchdowns, 87 interceptions. This year he had 31 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 4,200 yards, and a 96 passing rating. On his career, he has a 97.3 passing rating. So that's my number 10. My number 11 is Chuck Bednarik. I don't really have much to say on him. He made the Pro Bowl, I think, 8 times. So he played in the 60s for the Bears, I believe. Sorry, I'm not sure. They played for maybe the it's the Packers. So he played 167 games. He was just a solid lineman. So that's why I put him on the list. And then the number 12, and last but not least, Paul Hornung, the guy I was talking about earlier. Sorry about that mistake once again. He was pretty much a career backup running back, which isn't that bad, but he did some good catching the ball, but that's about it. So that's my list. You can look down at the description for if you missed anything I said. It's all written down in stats on passing rate, touchdowns, yards, interceptions. It's all down there. So if you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button. For more like this, hit the subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. One more news. The next thing for the next show of mine, the JFT football show, will be airing on Tuesday, 7:30 in the morning. Check it out, because you know you want to.